All right, I'm gonna read a book right now. It says "Funeral for a Dog." You know what I'm saying? Got to work on the reading. Okay, these are ratings. "Funeral for a Dog" by Thomas Pletzinger for Carol Hook Smith. All right, bet. It says on love as a relationship between the sexes, there is nothing new to report. Literature has depicted it in all of its variations. Once and for all, it is no longer a subject for literature that is worth of the name. Such pronouncements are being made. They fail to recognize that relation between the sexes changes, that other love stories will take place. Max Frisch. Hardly art, hardly garbage. The Thermals. Bro, what? Okay. It says August 6, 2005. And who exactly is Daniel Mandelkern? Elizabeth demanded a decision, and I left our apartment without making one. It can't go on like this. My flight to Milan doesn't leave Hamburg for an hour. I'm sitting alone and completely exhausted in the waiting area at gate 8, in brackets, on the other side of the airfield, the pines on the edge of Niendorf. At gate 7, two Italian businesswomen are joking around. I get up. I have to move so I don't fall asleep. Somewhat farther down the corridor, a newsstand. I buy a newspaper. It says Süddeutsche Zeitung. I buy a postcard. Image Hamburg Volkspark Stadium. Aerial view 1999. I see semicolon brand notebooks. The only other place that carries them is a stationery store next to the Academy of Fine Arts on Lurkenfeld. Are they in Germany? Which is always an all-day trip. So I buy 3 of them. I buy cigarettes. I'm starting to smoke again now because smoking reduces fertility. Smokers' sperm don't hold out as long. Eventually, their sperm give up. Cigarettes have gone more expensive since my last pack. I buy coffee at a vending machine and go back to the gate. I tear the cellophane. Bro, what is cellophane? Hold on. What does cellophane? Y'all know what cellophane means? It says a thin material only made from cellulose plants. It's commonly used for wrapping food or gifts, clear packaging. Oh, it's that material. Okay, got you. So cigarettes have gotten more expensive since my last pack. I buy coffee at a vending machine and go back to the gate. I tear the cellophane off the notebook and make a note of fatigue and my headache. Then I make note of the headlines and Süddeutsche Zeitung of August 6th to 7th, 2005. Caesarean risk. Craze for the mobile lifestyle. Air in sunken mini submarine running out. I'm writing because I always write when things get complicated. I'm alone. I could smoke. I could throw notebooks into the garbage cans next to me. One red, one green, one blue, color coded, 4 trash separation. I should get up and go back. Back to my wife. Samsonite. How I got here. Elizabeth and I didn't raise our voices. I left our apartment in the middle of the night and without closure, brackets, we fight in our indoor voices. I took Svensson file. I took the Svensson's file from the kitchen table and carried my half-packed suitcase through the hallway, but then slammed the apartment door behind me. Much too hard and almost ran down the street in light drizzle. Huh? What is he was talking about? Away from Elizabeth, the sound of the ridiculous rolling suitcase on the slabs of the sidewalk behind me is louder than I expected. Brackets, 4-year reporting trips, Elizabeth had said, putting the suitcase in my office. I turned on my phone so I could ignore her calls. She'll want to have the last word, as always. Give the taxi driver who took me from Hohe Luft Bridge to the airport an absurdly high tip. Ransom. At the only staffed counter in the otherwise empty terminal, I opened my suitcase and buried my phone between my suit and shirt, between recording device and shave. I stuck my toothbrush in my shirt pocket. Damn. The ground personnel seemed to have been waiting for me. Milan? Question mark? Yes. Identification? Question mark. Herr Mandelkern? Yes. Yeah, they're in Germany for sure. As I began to explain to myself and my more than punctual arrival, the Lufthansa agent gave a routine laugh. As far as she was concerned, I could fold my whole life into my luggage as long as it stayed below the allowable weight limit. The scale showed 12.7 kilos. There was still a seat available on the earlier direct flight. Did I want it? Okay. At dawn, I was the only passenger at the security checkpoint. I put the 2 folders full of research on Svensson next to my belt in the gray plastic tub. No, I said. I had nothing else with me. I had surrendered everything at the check-in. The ring on my finger didn't set off any alarm. Now I'm sitting here at 6:30 in the Hamburg airport in a nearly empty waiting area at gate 8. Much too early because I left our apartment in the middle of the night, and without a word, I simply left. But how many pages is this? Do they have chapters? Wait. I'll read the next 2 pages. Dirk Svensson. I asked last Wednesday at the weekly editorial meeting, which Elizabeth leads, because the travel assignment was listed as Dirk Svensson on her updated monthly schedule and followed by my name. The passing thought of getting up immediately and leaving, of refusing the assignment outright. Dirk Svensson, interview and profile, brackets Mandelkern. But what does Mandelkern mean in German? It means almond kernel or simply almond. Oh, it's an almond kernel. What? Almond kernel. Oh, the core of something. That's what I wanted. Oh, the essence or the heart of. I saw in a book. It says interview and profile. Interview and profile. Brackets Mandelkern. It's focused on the core essence of a person. Damn. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So Elizabeth and I haven't exchanged personal word for days, and professionally, she's met me with stubborn resolve for weeks. She gave me the assignment as I returned her gaze aloofly and angrily. Her urgent mouth. This might be dumb. I don't even know what this word means. Aloofly meaning. It means acting distant. Oh, aloof. All right. Dirk Svensson, interview and profile, means a weekend's less time for what I'd like to say privately to Elizabeth. I've heard of Svensson. You can't escape his name these days. He's written one children's book and is probably on the verge of making a fortune. I'm not interested in children's books or their authors. I don't want to write a story about this Svensson. I could have said at the editorial meeting, I want to talk to you. But I remained seated and looked first at Elizabeth, brackets, red hair tied back off her neck, and then at my feet, brackets, green flip-flops. Why now, question mark? I asked, and Elizabeth gave a completely professional answer. If the piece couldn't appear next week, she said, or the week after that at the latest, then another newspaper would do the story. The appointment had presented itself today. Svensson had called and actually agreed to a meeting, brackets. The connection had been really bad. Svensson, the man, Elizabeth said at the editorial meeting, the man remains hidden behind this one children's book and its sales figures. I'd started the research, but then I passed the job on to her intern because I've never been interested in children's books. For weeks, the editorial department has been abuzz with talk about him, and for weeks, the story has been postponed. What does a buzz mean, bro? Learning in new words. I mean, it's full of excitement, activity, lively talk. Fair, fair, fair. So, just to read that sentence again, for weeks, the editorial department has been abuzz with talk about him. And for weeks, the story has been postponed. Svensson doesn't want to travel. He cancels all his appointments. He lives alone with his dog. And apparently, this dog is everything to him. Brackets, a black German shepherd with 3 legs. Svensson's exact place of residence is unknown to us, northeast of Milan, somewhere on Lago di Lugano. Yeah, that's definitely an Italian place. This definitely is an Italian place. D is like the or of, I think. I used to learn German. Oh, Lugano. It's a beautiful alpine or a lake on the border of Switzerland and Italy. Oh, that's kind of cute. Elizabeth pushed the 2 black folders across the table to me. Mandel Kern is the perfect man for this story. She explained at the editorial meeting, this assignment suited me better than anyone else. The trip to the anti-doping laboratory in Châtenay-Malabry would be reassigned to Harnish, since he's a formal sports writer. Harnish is as athletic as a pencil. Okay. I'm an ethnologist and get the strange assignments from Elizabeth. Mandel Kern writes about anthropological concepts like matrilineality. Matrilineality. Does that mean like the lineage of a mom? Matrilineality. I knew it. I knew it, bro. I'm a smart guy. Okay, what is ethnologist and anthropologist? It compares cultures and ethnic groups. That's what ethnologist means. Oh. Anthropologist studies human beings in a broad sense. Okay. The shared cultural identity. Oh, got you. Okay, bad. Show them how to bowl. Show them how to put. I'm gonna shoot my shot. Hit them with the J. Châtenay-Malabry? Is that somewhere in India? Oh, it's in France. It's known for its green space and parks. I'm an ethnologist and get the strange assignments from Elizabeth Mandel Kern. Writes about anthropological concepts like matrilineality and male childbed. So Mandel Kern meets children's books, authors, and their dogs. On Saturday, which is today, I would fly to Milan and return on Sunday at 4. Svensson is peculiar, said Elizabeth with a laugh, but profiles and strangeness are your special ties, Mandel Kern. Okay, what are these words? Sean Harper. Oh, okay. Things change or unusual. Gotcha. All right, that's day 1. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try and read every single day for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? Have a blessed day, y'all.